The publishing controls displayed at the bottom of content editors in Content Studio have been redesigned in version 5.6. These changes aren't just cosmetic, they reflect an important improvement in the way the content engine manages the publishing of your content items. You're already familiar with the draft, submitted, approved, published and deleted content states. In 5.6, we're introducing 3 new ones: draft with published, submitted with published, and approved with published. A new content item is saved as a draft by default. When the journalist is satisfied with his work, he submits it. The editor can now review the content item and either set it back to draft for further work or approve it. He can also choose to publish it. Once the content item is published, any attempt to change it will cause a working copy to be created and saved as a draft. This working copy can be progressed through the same series of states as a new content item without affecting the published version. When the working copy is published, it replaces the original published version. Let's see how this works in reality. Our journalist creates a new content item. The first time he saves it, it's saved as a draft, and it stays in the draft state while he's working on it. When he thinks it's ready, he submits it for review, changing its state to submitted. The editor is satisfied with the content item, so he just desks it and publishes it. It now becomes visible on the public site. If a journalist now makes a change to the content item, then the changes are saved in a working copy, which gets draft status, while the original published version remains unchanged. The state indicator in Content Studio clearly shows that this is a revised draft of a published content item. The working copy can be completely reorganized and progress through the states in the usual way. When the working copy is ready, the editor publishes it. It is only at this point that the working copy replaces the original published version. Occasionally, it may be necessary to unpublish a published content item. If the content item has also been revised, then the editor has to choose which copy to keep, the published version or the revised version. In this case, the editor chooses to keep the revised version. So the published version is simply discarded. For further information on using the new states, take a look at the Content Studio user guide on documentation.visrt.com.